Did you know that the British workers earned an average of €2,400 per month in Portugal in 2018? Many of them work in hospitality, real estate, and scientific consulting. By 2023, their number was already more than 1 million and rising. The D7 visa makes it easier for retirees and those with passive income to settle in Portugal. Today, lawyer Renato Dias will share his assessments on this issue with us after the intro. Hello, and a very warm welcome to the Alentejo-Holidays channel. My name is Moritz Engelhardt. Join us on the journey of mysteries to success. We really strive to offer you authentic added value so that we can all make this beautiful world a little bit better. And now, let's dive deep into the topic after the intro.
Is good.
So, hello and welcome back to our show, Renato Dias. So nice to have you here.
Hello, thank you. Nice to have you here too. Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah. First question for today would be, what legal requirements do Brits have to meet to immigrate to Portugal, Renato?
Brits in this moment need to apply for a visa. And before do it, they need to think very well with time what kind of visa they need, what they want to do in Portugal, if they want to work, if they want to visit family, if they want to study. It is important to have these steps in advance.
Mm-hmm. So what different visa types do exist for British people?
You have several options. You have a visa for investment. If you want to invest a lot in Portugal, you have a visa to study. You have visa to visit your family, what we call reagrupamento familiar. You have visa for people who have income like pensions and things like this. You have visa for people with high level of instruction, scientific investigation, for example. You have different types. You need to
do different visas, do they come with a permanent citizenship, or how does it, or is it just a temporary citizenship? How does this work?
The first visa you apply is temporary. If you want to stay, it is possible to have a permanent visa after, yeah, of course.
Okay, so just if you consider to make a little bit a bigger investment, for instance, to buy a property, open a small business, so how could foreign people from outside of the EU, for example, British people, be sure if they make an investment in Portugal, like buying a house, opening up a company, whatever, not running out of their visa and get pushed out of the country? So what certainties do they get?
Well, the visa you apply to come to Portugal have a period to be valid, and you can renovate it. It is possible, and it depends the kind of visa, but it can be possible to go more than 5 years and ask for a permanent residence in Portugal or Portuguese nationality.
So if I'm here for a period longer than 5 years, then I'm always able to apply for residency, or how does it work?
Yes.
No matter what country I'm coming from?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What should citizens from outside the EU, including Brits, take to account if they want to buy a property here?
Well, everyone Portuguese or not Portuguese who want to buy a property here need to be ready, need to be prepared, need to know how to do it. And the first thing, it is important to get your fiscal number. You can only buy a property in Portugal if you have a Portuguese fiscal number.
So that's always the first step.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is always the first step, and you can do yourself, or you can do with someone to represent you in the tax office.
Okay. So is there any legal framework that allows people from outside of the EU to buy a property here, or can they just come, apply for a fiscal number and buy a property?
You can do it at distance, or you can do yourself here.
So there are no special laws you need to fulfill to buy a property. It's just open for everybody.
It is open for everybody.
Oh, that's really interesting. So British citizens, you serve in your law firm. What are their most common problems when immigrating to Portugal?
Well, people from outside normally have problems with Portuguese language. This is the first big problem, because of course many Portuguese speak English and other language. Portuguese people are people who want to receive well, but for every day, if you don't speak Portuguese, in some areas, mostly like Porto Alegre, maybe, I don't know.
I think more Algarve.
More,
also. Algarve.
no, but you have places in Portugal, a small village where people don't speak English, and
yeah,
if you
this
go
can
there,
happen, yeah.
it can be complicated to communicate. So it is important to speak Portuguese.
So what would you recommend? So you would recommend to learn a little Portuguese, or even know how to help yourself? And what else should people take into consideration if they get the idea to move to Portugal?
It depends what are your objectives. If you want to stay in Portugal, of course, it is very important to learn Portuguese. Or have someone you trust to make translations every time, but it is not the best option, I think.
Yeah, of course. So, and does it normally run really smooth if people from outside the EU buy a property, or can you just give our audience certain advices on their way?
Well, sometimes it's not easy, even for people with the knowledge and experience, because buy a property in Portugal, normally it is simple, it is smooth, mostly for people who know the steps. But even so, in some cases, can be complicated, because after buy the property, in some cases, new bad things happen. A neighbor asks for a right to go inside to collect water you didn't know, for example. And this kind of things need to be in the documents of the land, need to be registered.
Okay, so you would recommend to contact a lawyer, or at least a Portuguese-speaking people for help if you buy a property here?
It is always important to speak with someone trustable and someone local in the area where you want to buy, and the professional.
Okay. So if someone from our audience needs your help, or want to reach out to you for some legal advice, or maybe helping buying a property, or moving to Portugal, opening up a business, whatever, how can people reach out to you, Renato?
Well, you can contact me always by email, and very soon I will give you an answer.
Okay, so we will definitely put his email in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, And we really appreciate if you give us a thumbs up and if you share our videos, or if you have any questions for Renato, please put it in the comments down below. And see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.